Hello everyone, my name is Asyrafchazz and welcome back to yet another One Piece card game video. So, are you curious to know what people are playing right now for the One Piece card game in the OP-01 meta? Well, you came to the right place. Now, this is just going to be a collection of deck lists to kind of give you ideas of what you can play when you want to make your first deck for the One Piece card game. Now, in this video, I'll be talking about a collection of certain deck lists from a lot of different tournaments from all over the world, so you can have an idea of what people are playing for OP-01 meta in the One Piece card game. Now, this is not going to be a deck discussion video. I'm just showing you the list, talking about it a little bit, and trying to give you ideas on what to play. The good news is right now, it seems to be in a healthy state because every single leader can be played. Of course, there's some leaders that tend to be a little bit stronger than others, but it's a sign of a healthy metagame that every single leader can be used with a lot of differing strategies, so I'm excited to talk about all of them right now. If you enjoyed this video and you found it useful, please consider giving a like and subscribing if you want to keep up to date with more One Piece card game content. Now, without further ado, let's take a look at some of the deck lists that have been floating around for the OP-01 metagame for the One Piece card game. So the first one, which is the one that I'm the most excited about because it is my man Zoro. It is one of my favorite lists out there. This is the list played by Senith 91, who actually won the Super Rookie Tournament hosted by the One Piece-cardgame.dev team. So congratulations to him. And he won it by using the deck of his favorite character, which is Zoro. This is the mono red Zoro deck list, and you can see it is all about the rush cards. He has Rush Zoro in there, he got Rush Sanji, he even has the secret rare Shanks. Now, this is a great start to any budding mono red player out there. Of course, you can also include the starter deck Luffy rush card in this deck. He does give reasoning of why he did not put the card in it, just because it didn't fit the meta game at the time, but you can always adjust it to what your meta game is playing. If you feel like there's a lot of blockers, put in the Rush Luffy in there. If you feel like there's a lot of mid-rangey threats, maybe throw in a Robin, maybe throw in a Frankie. The thing is, it is extremely versatile, and the Rush Mono Red Zoro is here to stay, and it's an extremely strong list, and I'm excited for it because it's the list that I am playing as well. Secondly is a list posted by Frost_AII, who won the Pure TCGs online tournament with Red Green Law. Now, this is no surprise. Red Green Law has been nothing but dominating the meta game right now. It is, I would put it as S tier, but it is not like the tier 0 deck, you know? You don't have to play it to win. Other decks can win as well, when we will see more lists coming up soon. But Red Green Law seems to be very strong, utilizing the Rush Zoro as well as the Trafalgar Law from OP-01, the main set, and a lot of various strong one-costed characters. Chopper, who's a blocker, Nami from the starter deck, Capone Gang Beach from the green starter deck, Jewelry Bonnie, the one-cost Nami from the first set. So you are literally flooding the board, setting up your 5 characters, and then you're doing the shambles room shenanigans with your law leader. It is extremely strong, and right now this is the deck to beat. However, there are a lot of other decks that can be played as well. Also making an appearance is the 8-cost Eustace Kid in this deck. Definitely a very strong card, which we will talk about more in future deck lists. Now, I want to give a special shout out to Noah Channel, a fellow Singaporean YouTuber covering the One Piece card game as well. Go check him out if you guys have not, where he posted the top few deck lists from a 150 player tournament that happened in Thailand. Now, the first place is surprisingly the Eustace Kid from the green starter deck. Let's go! Congratulations to the winner, Witsarut, Parisuttikul. I do apologize if I'm butchering your name, but congratulations to you. He won the whole tournament with a Eustace Kid green leader from the green starter deck, which just shows that the starter deck leaders do carry some heat and they can stand on their own as well, especially for the Eustace Kid, with the ability to just, you know, bring him back to active mode and attack again. He has been oppressive in the starter deck meta as well as right now in the OP-01, and you know, utilizing cards like the 3-cost killer that can destroy your opponent's rested characters with 3 or less, which is really good against like opposing rush Zoros. We got Izo from the main set OP-01, which can rest one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less, which is great for, you know, getting rid of threats or getting the blockers out of the way, you know, as well as utilizing strong event cards like Punk Gibson, as well as Paradise Waterfall, which lets you V-stand one of your characters. Maybe it's a blocker that has blocked, and then you can block again, or saving one of your characters from one of your opponent's attacks, which is very, very important. As well as the top end being the 8 cost Yusuke, extremely strong card, you know. The card is just a magnet for all of the attacks, and it is one card that you really have to have an answer for, because it can easily just stall out the game, prevent all attacks from going through unless you get rid of this Yusuke. So if you're looking to play in the OP-01 metagame moving forward, you have to respect the fact that Yusuke exists, which is great because Yusuke is a great character. One of the players in this event also played a Oden list, a dedicated Oden list. Panya, Kamolmal, congratulations to you. It is a dedicated Oden list with Oden as the leader, but with Yusuke as the top end. So even if you're playing Oden, Yusuke is still making its way because of how strong that card is. It is definitely a really strong card if you're intending to play green. But you see a lot of the standout cards like Izo, you see Okiku, you see Raizo, which is a very good form of card draw, Ashura Doji, and of course Kinemon. All of these make Oden work in a dedicated shell, but you can choose to play mono green Yusuke, or you can choose to play mono green Oden, which is great because now you have a variety of options to choose from. Now, I did not forget about the blue leaders, don't worry. This is the list by KaizokusQ on Twitter. This is a list that is actually based off the mono blue Crocodile from the starter deck, and it is a list featuring the Pacifista engine, Sentomaru, of course, showing its power along with all of the Pacifistas. You know, we got the 4-cost vanilla Pacifista from the starter deck, as well as the blocker Pacifista from the OP-01 set. It is extremely strong, and this is sort of like a tempo control list. He's playing like 4 Doflamingos. This guy's not messing around. Even Crocodile, which I actually do really like, is viable. So if you're looking for upgrades, you know, you have a blue starter deck that you want to kind of upgrade, you can take a look at this list and kind of make your upgrades from there. Of course, it is highly dependent on the metagame of your local game store, because maybe there's more rush cards that you really need to take care of, so you might adjust your deck accordingly. It's up to you. Another really cool list that I've been seeing around lately is the Doflamingo leader, the mono blue Doflamingo leader, featuring the Shichibukai package. You know, Doflamingo's ability to put 2 Dawn on him and attack, and paying 1 to reveal the top card of your deck. And if it's a Shichibukai card that costs 4 or less, you can put it straight into the field. So he used his ability to bring out cards like the 4-cost Kuma, which on KO lets you bring out a Pacifista. You got the 3-cost Doflamingo, which is extremely strong in this deck, letting you look at the top 5 cards of your deck and adjusting it so that when you attack again with the Doflamingo, you have the card that you need on top of your deck. The deck also runs like Paronas to kind of filter out your draws. The one addition that I really like is actually the 4-cost Marshall D. Teach from the starter deck, which lets you return a cost 3 or less back to the owner's hand. You can use it to return back your own Doflamingo, play it, and then filter the top 5 cards of your deck again, or you can return a problematic threat on your opponent's side of the field. You know, you have the top end being Doflamingo as well as the 9-cost Mihawk. I really like this deck. Doflamingo is very, very interesting. I've seen some being used with the Sentomaru Pacifista package, and I've seen some being used with just straight Shichibukai, and both lists looks pretty good. And if you are a fan of Doflamingo, you gotta play this deck for sure. Now I want to shout out to my main man DPP channel. You know, he is making some great content for the One Piece card game as well, so go check him out. With the starter deck Kaido, which is crazy awesome. Kaido, even if you're playing like the Blurple Kaido or the straight pure purple Kaido, the control list is insane, and if you are a player that likes this kind of playstyle, this is definitely a list that you should play. You know, we have the heavy hitters in the form of the 6-cost king from the starter deck, as well as the 7-cost king from the main set, including the top end of the 9 and 10 cost Kaido, which is absolutely insane. Those are your main finishers. You start the game out, you set it up by either destroying your opponent's threats, ramping yourself up to the high dawn count, and then just whacking down your big threats and going for the kill. Kaido is definitely here to stay. There's also a Blurple Kaido list out there that has kind of like the same kind of top end, but they use cards like Mihawk, the 1-cost Trafalgar Law blocker, event cards like Overheat and Desert Spada to kind of filter out your draws, as well as to kind of tempo out your opponent while you are setting up for the big top end. I think Blurple Kaido is also a very, very strong card. Blurple Crocodile is also around. I've seen some people play it in the sort of like a Baroque Works list or a straight control list. Both options are really, really good. You can even use this list and swap it out with the Blurple Crocodile and maybe adjust some events that way, and it will still really work really fine. You know how I felt about the King leader, but there was a King deck list that actually took second for the same tournament that Senith won, which is the one hosted by the One Piece-Card Game.dev team, which is by King Craig. So congratulations to King Craig for getting second. It's sort of like a toolboxy deck list that features a lot of answers to a lot of different threats. You have the same top end at the cost of 9 and 10 cost Kaido. In this particular tournament, he was allowed to use the Psycho Jump Kaido, the 8 cost Kaido, and I would use it for the cool art as well. But if you want to know more about this deck list, my main man, The Other Decks, has a great interview with King Craig, which I will link right here, and you can check it out for yourself. Awesome deck list. He's convincing me that even the Purple King leader, which I thought was the weakest out of all of them, could actually hold up decently in the metagame. And lastly, I did not forget, this is a list that my man DPP channel just posted up recently, which is a list utilizing the Luffy leader from the Straw Hat Crew starter deck. Now, the Straw Hat Crew starter deck, of course, it is a little bit weak, but this guy made him work utilizing the strong engines found in the Mono Red Zoro deck, but putting in his own flair by including the 3-cost Zoro from the starter deck, as well as the Diable Jambes. Diable Jambes right now a very, very strong card because of the absurd amount of blockers right now in the metagame. You can catch a lot of people by surprise by saying like, hey, I got an attacker and he cannot be blocked. Now, do you have the counter or not? That's what I love about Red, man. So congratulations to him as well, and to all of the other deck lists that have been featured. Congratulations to every single one of y'all for winning your respective tournaments. Thank you so much for providing your deck list so that we can all learn and know what to expect from the OP-01 metagame. So, what do you think about the OP-01 metagame so far and all of the deck lists that have been featured in this video? I was kind of surprised that Baroque Works is not kind of making a strong impact when I thought that was going to be one of the best D0 decks. Also, there is no dedicated Smile engine right now being used, but maybe when we get more card support in the future, it might have be a thing. But I'm kind of happy to see that even the starter deck leaders can perform really well at events, and that's what I want to reiterate to every single one of you who is intending to play the One Piece card game. There is no best deck. There are some decks that are better than others, but ultimately it depends on the skill of the player. That's the beauty about this game. With the Dawn system, with all of these intricate decisions, it is without a doubt dependent on you. I mean, you can always go and follow these deck lists, but I urge you to pick your favorite character, stick with it, and make it work. If Purple King can go second in a big tournament, so can you. So polish up those skills, make sure you know your deck inside out, and bring them to your locals and see how well you can fare with a deck that you enjoy playing. Well, that's it from me for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really enjoyed talking about all these deck lists, and I'll probably put up some deck decks of my own soon. I just haven't had the time to really play and test all the decks that I want to make, but we'll see how it goes in the next couple of days. That's it from me for today. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.